Hello, beautiful people, and welcome to our holly jolly humble abode, the Thunderdome, on this Week 16 kickoff Thursday, December 19th, 2024. This program starts now. Football is wonderful, and we're so incredibly lucky that we get to talk about it every single day. We appreciate you for allowing us to be a part of your lives, no matter where the hell you're watching from or listening. You are the greatest people on earth, and so are sports. Today's a big one. Hydrate, I'm super hydrate,
Hey.
Yeah, yup. Anyways, huge game.
AFC West.
Now, you want to talk about family ownership situations. The Chargers had that for a little bit. That has seemingly disappeared. They bring in Jim Harbaugh. Chargers certainly have what happened to them against the Bucs just a few days ago. Now they're taking on a red-hot Broncos team who just put up 24-zip, I think, in the second, or 21-zip in the second half, 24-zip. In the second half to the Indianapolis Colts after they were able to figure them out. And Bo Nix has obviously played better in the second half of the season than he has in the first half of the season. People are talking about him maybe being Offensive Rookie of the Year. Nick Bonito is an absolute superstar on a defense littered with superstars because you got Patrick Surtain playing out there as well. Then whenever you talk about the Los Angeles Chargers, hey, it's not gone as well as of late. They were our team.
Yeah. Loved them.
We love that team. Still love that team going forward, but we wondered how it was going to go. They get a couple injuries, things changed. I also love that this tells me, and I know Michael Penix, good dude, right? Everybody in Washington loved him, Indiana loved him, everybody that's ever played or met him loves him as a leader and everything like that. But I assume that whenever he was drafted number 8 overall, they said, hey, you're going to the Kirk Cousins NFL quarterback university. Everything he does, watch. I think you were the one that said, if you find a vet at your position, be in his back pocket. Just follow him around and see why that person has been in the NFL for that long. Even if they don't play the same style you do, see what they do that has made them play this long in the NFL. I was very lucky to do it with Adam Vinatieri. I was very lucky to see how he operated, how he handled his body, how he talked to people, how he handled situations, how he handled the ebbs and flows of a season, wins, losses, all those things. So whenever we talk about young quarterbacks being behind a vet, it's not just on the field if they're better than them. It's also like an ability to learn how to be a professional ball player. How do you be a franchise quarterback? Which is why, once again, Anthony Richardson getting a chance to watch Joe Flacco, we thought could have been a nice benefit. I've always said that I wish Andrew Luck had a chance to watch Peyton Manning for 1 year. If Andrew Luck could have watched Peyton Manning for 1 year. Not that Andrew Luck wasn't ready to play quarterback his rookie year. Not that Andrew Luck wasn't phenomenal on the football field. Not that Andrew Luck wasn't a good leader. He was certainly that. But if he could have watched Peyton Manning, the way he talks in the huddle, the way he talks to his team, the way he talks to coaches, the way he talks to general managers, the way he talks to the equipment staff, the way he operates behind the scenes, how he has hangout and gatherings with the wide receivers and offensive line, making sure everybody feels like they're a part of it, almost being like a politician in the locker room while also saying, I don't like this play. I would rather run this play. Like, that's the difference between college ball and professional. And you see what Patrick Mahomes got to do with Alex Smith. You see what Aaron Rodgers got to do with Brett Favre. You're seeing what Jordan Love got to do with Aaron Rodgers. You saw what Tom Brady got to do with Drew Bledsoe. Whenever you get to watch a vet operate, it's not just about on the field. I think it's off the field. And I love that Penix took that all in. And, everybody's questioning Atlanta when they made the draft pick. And certainly because they made the draft pick, they had to make this move. Off a $180 million quarterback, but it feels like it was handled in a proper way for a quarterback to mature and become a professional quarterback. I loved what Penix just said there, Coach.
Yeah, that was incredible. I mean, that's Raheem Morris. Credit to him and the culture that he's built down there in Atlanta at this point. Obviously, it was. We've seen so many players. It just blows me away how many guys came through our building, and we had those conversations early on. Just to your point about, hey, find a dude. And we'd say, you're in the linebacker room, you're in the DB room, let's go in the DB room. Darius Butler, okay, I'm going to implore you to say, okay, just do exactly what he does on the day-to-day. Get a calendar out and ask him, okay, what time do you get up? Time do you go to bed? What do you do in between? How much tape, body, treatment, rehab, everything. And I'm blown away how many guys, because this is going to help you, all right? We've got guys that are college free agents that have been in the league for 10 and 12 years that weren't drafted because they followed this model. And they found a dude and they figured it out. And I can give you a laundry list of dudes that we told that do that, and they don't listen.
Yeah, because
And
they have too much pride because they're better than that
all
person.
the pride, all the entitlement. Yeah, I got this. I got this.
Do you think there's a chance that is going to become much less common, where people are going to be okay kind of putting ego aside and learning from a vet and trying to like understand that it's a different world in the NFL than maybe anywhere else that you've ever been?
Well, I think, first of all, the number one reason there's such a failure rate with quarterbacks, even guys that are very high draft picks, is they come in with great expectations. They really don't know for sure all the things they need to do to be able to play in the National Football League. They go out there and play before they're ready. They lose their confidence, and then bad things happen. And on the other hand, when you have all the situations that you just discussed, whether it was, Aaron Rodgers behind Brett Favre, whatever, and these guys have a chance to learn and develop, I think they have a much better chance of being successful. And even in Michael Penix's, opportunity to just spend, 3/4 of the season as a backup, no pressure, just learn how to be a professional. I think he has a much better chance to succeed. The guy has great ability. He's got the right mindset. He's a good guy. He's going to be a good leader in the league. So I think he has a better chance to be successful. Now, is it going to be instant? Maybe not. But I think a much better chance than he would have had if he'd had to come in and start right off. And, you get a lot of pressure from the owners and everybody else. If you pick a guy 1, 2, or 3, a quarterback, we got to play the guy. Well, he's not ready to play. And then bad things happen sometimes. Some guys can handle it, some guys can't. So I think there's a lot to be said about guys that learn how to be professionals and have respect for development. You mentioned it in your case. All right, and that's the one thing we're losing right now, in college football, is the mindset that if I don't play right off the bat, I'm a failure, and then I want to transfer and leave. So there's never a commitment to, doing the things you need to do to improve, to develop as a player, and I think that's going to carry over in the NFL as well.
Yeah, the ripple effect of not having to stare down adversity and beat it as opposed to just run from it is certainly going to have lasting impressions, I think, on a lot of things. Hopefully the dogs survive. That is kind of, and I'm not talking about Georgia Bulldogs, although I do believe their program is built with a lot of dogs. I'm just talking about the dogs will survive through it all, even in the new era. I believe that wholeheartedly. Don't you love, though, my favorite thing, because Pat White used to go and clap. We used to go and clap, and then we went on a point and this whole thing. The fake clap is my favorite. We're doing a fake clap, because you're watching on TV, you're like, that was a very poor fake clap. That was not, nobody's falling for that fake clap right there. You need to go ahead and sell that a little bit more. In the NFL, they care about it a lot. Like cadence count is everything in the NFL. In college, I didn't even think about it not being a high priority. But then if you get caught in a situation that not everybody's on the same page, you can see how that could hurt you. Sig was like, we don't have to do that.
Not doing it.
We're never doing that again. That's what he said yesterday. And I laughed, but I think he was being.
Oh, yeah.
Mr. Baker, thank you so much for coming.
Charlie.
Oh, yeah.
Chuck, no? Never
Charlie.
Chuck? Anybody ever call you Chuck?
Yeah.
Friends? Family?
Friends.
All right, so Chuck. I consider us friends. We appreciate you stopping by. Obviously, the NCAA headquarters are here in Indianapolis, Indiana, but you go a lot of work. How do you feel about the current state of the NCAA? If we watch that men's soccer national championship the other night, Vermont scores a golden goal, game winner, place goes crazy. Feels like college sports is alive and well right now. Do you agree with that, Dave?
I think college sports on the field of play is, and obviously part of the reason I took the job was because I played. My wife played. My wife was the best athlete in the family. She was a gymnast at Northwestern.
She does the triple whoop-de-whoosh.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Well, yeah. And
You run and do the.
Yep.
And
None of those I can't
whoop-de-woo.
Yep.
And then they boom. That's what they do.
Yeah,
those are impossible.
Yeah.
that's
Gold
pretty
medal.
much the same way she described it to me too.
You should give it a go.
The boys played football. I mean, I love what college sports does for people. I really do, and does for kids, does for fans, and the game on the field is, I think, as enjoyable and as exciting as it's ever been. And I've been to D3 championships, D2 championships, FCS football championships, obviously tons of basketball, and I think it's incredibly exciting on the field. And I think the state of the game there is actually quite high. But there's a ton of other stuff going on that I knew walking in the door was going to be a challenge, and we're basically in the process of trying to put a new set of pieces together.